Hey guys, Saga here, and today I want to implore you to think about your healer. So every healer in this game works different, and some are better in different situations. Lucio, as most of you know, is best on control point maps, or moving with the payload as long as everybody is centrally located on the payload, like you're not off flanking somewhere. Lucio works by line of sight, so you want everybody within your line of sight in order to gain health. His heals are perfectly efficient in that he's never going to overheal, and the only real management you have to do is managing when to healing boost and when to speed boost. People like this because even if you have a bad player on Lucio, he's still doing the healing perfectly efficiently as long as he's located in the right place. Now, Mercy's a bit more complicated. Mercy requires line of sight for her beam to hit, but she can break line of sight temporarily after it's already latched on, in the same way as she requires you to be slightly closer for her beam to hit, and then somebody can walk further away and it's still attached. A good trick with this is that you can lock on with the beam and then walk around a corner. What most people don't think about is how best to position your team while you have a Mercy on it. So if you're playing with a Mercy on your team, it's better to be spread out than to be condensed into one area. This is because Mercy's escape mechanic, her ability to flee, is completely contingent upon her ability to jump to somebody far away. So if there's a Genji on her, or there's somebody attacking her, if there's somebody positioned further back or on a different level, it makes it much easier for her to escape. With that said, Mercy still does rely on line of sight. So she requires line of sight to both jump to you if you're taking damage and you need a heal, or to jump away if she needs to protect herself. You want to position yourself for your Mercy. Mercy's probably the trickiest to play in that her goal kind of changes. So in the beginning you want to keep everybody up. And that changes once you get ult. If you get into a very hairy situation, or somebody is way too far forward and you can't safely jump without dying, and you have your ult up, it might actually be better to let people die. And to make sure that you're the last person who dies, and then to get that big res off. Last but not least is Ana. It helps to think of her positioning-wise as a mid-range brawler, similar to Hanzo. She wants to be in the mid to back rows of your party. Now, when I say mid to back, I don't mean far back. I mean Reinhardt, DPS, you. You want to be positioned here because you want other people to eat bullets, because it's easier for you to heal them than it is for them to heal you, or for you to receive healing. And you want to position her like this so that her sleep darts can be effective. Ana's sleep darts allow you to control the fight a little bit. You can take somebody out of the fight, you can stop ults. I mostly use my sleep darts to stop ults and to peel for myself. This is because oftentimes your team isn't fast enough to peel if somebody jumps on you really fast, and you just have to sleep dart them off you. And this is also because I think stopping ults is what that ability is made for. When you're concentrating on just healing the team with Ana and not trying to do damage, I think it's best if you use her in Ls. Now what I mean by that is something like this, where down here you have Ana positioned. Ana is shooting at the team, which is located here, and while the team is shooting at the enemy team. The enemy team is unable to return fire at Ana, but Ana is always able to hit her entire team. Ha! I forgot Zenyatta. Zenyatta's also a healer. He's best in the mid to back lines. And when I say back lines, I don't mean Ana back, I mean back. He can pretty much hurl things from anywhere on the field. But he's best positioned back because he needs to be protected. Sometimes putting him too far back can be a mistake because flankers will find him, so it's contingent on composition and what your enemy team is doing. He also needs line of sight. When he throws an Orb of Harmony at you, you need to stay within his line of sight in order to receive its healing benefits. The rest of the healers start to feel not so great is when your DPS, tanks, and other supports don't pay attention to how they work. They don't give you line of sight. They all need line of sight to work. So I know you're thinking that running into the next room for cover is a good idea, but you need to consider that maybe running back to your healer is better. Or if you have to take cover in the room, leave yourself still available to be seen from your healer, but not from where the enemy is firing. Oftentimes I see somebody run deep into a room to take cover, and they're just running away from the one thing that's going to save them. Pre-made, you want to organize your entire defense around your healer positioning. But in Pugs, if you're playing DPS, you're playing a tank, it's just important to keep in mind how they work, to not run away from your healers, to maintain line of sight, to not overextend. Remember that, like, on defense, for example, every single death on your team hurts much more than an offensive death, because the offensive spawn point is closer. So even if they're trading unfavorably, they're still trading in a way that's giving them a benefit. So your death matters, and preventable deaths are the vast majority of them that I see in the game, because people run out of position, because people do dumb things. Don't be that person. Alright guys, if you enjoyed my content and you learned something, please subscribe.